I used to spend hours budgeting every month and still feel broke. And the worst part wasn't the money, it was the belief that I must just be bad with it. A few years ago, I was sitting at my kitchen table staring at a spreadsheet that looked less like a budget and more like a crime scene. Receipts everywhere. Coffee purchases highlighted like they were personal betrayals. £12.40 on artisan sourdough, £3.95 on a Tuesday coffee. I'd been at it for 3 hours, and instead of feeling in control, I felt exhausted, restricted, and honestly, like a failure. I remember one specific Friday night during that time. My friends were heading to a pub where a round of drinks and some food would easily cost £45. I sat on my sofa, staring at my entertainment category in my app, which told me I only had £8.60 left for the month. I felt like a teenager with an allowance. I made up an excuse about being tired, stayed home, and felt miserable. I wasn't winning at money, I was just losing at life, and I know I'm not alone in that feeling. We've been sold this idea that the secret to wealth is cutting back. Cancel the streaming service, skip the latte, hunt for yellow stickers like it's a competitive sport. But let's be honest, traditional budgeting feels like being put on a financial diet where you're only allowed to eat celery. It's built on deprivation, and eventually almost everyone snaps. They stop tracking, they stop caring, they spend impulsively, not because they're reckless, but because they're tired of saying no to themselves. That's the part no one talks about. Budgeting doesn't usually fail because of maths. It fails because of psychology. When every decision feels like punishment, your brain rebels. Scarcity creates stress, stress creates avoidance, and avoidance turns into overspending. So what if the problem isn't your discipline? What if the method itself is broken? Here's the shift that completely changed how I handle money. Instead of asking, what can I cut? I started asking, how much of my income do I want to keep? I call this the reverse budget. And if you stay with me, I'll show you how to choose that number in a way that actually feels sustainable. This shift sounds subtle, but psychologically it's massive. When you focus on cutting, you're operating from scarcity. Every purchase feels like a mistake. But when you focus on keeping, you're operating from growth. You're not losing, you're building. I started thinking about my money like two buckets. One bucket is what I keep. The other bucket is what I spend. And the most important rule is that the keep bucket gets filled first, before anything else happens. For me, this meant stopping the mental gymnastics over whether groceries should be £65 or £70. I decided that no matter what, I was going to keep £500 of my salary every single month. That number became non-negotiable. Everything else became flexible. If you're not sure what number to choose, start with 10% of your take-home pay. Or simply pick a number that feels slightly uncomfortable, but not scary. You should notice it, but it shouldn't keep you up at night. And this works whether you're keeping £500 or £50. The habit matters far more than the amount. But let's talk about why this actually works on a deeper level. It's about eliminating decision fatigue. Every time you have to decide not to buy something, you're using up a finite amount of willpower. I used to go to the supermarket and spend 20 minutes debating whether to buy the branded beans for £1.20 or the store brand for 45p. By the time I got home, I was so mentally drained that I'd end up ordering a £22.50 pizza because I didn't have the energy to cook. By keeping your money first, you remove the need for 1,000 tiny no's. You've already said one big yes to your future self. To make this stick, I break my keep bucket into 3 pillars. The first pillar is the peace of mind fund. This isn't just for when the boiler breaks, it's opportunity insurance. If I keep £100 a month here, I'm buying the ability to say yes to a last-minute trip or no to a job I hate. The second pillar is the growth engine. This is where we move beyond simple savings. This is your ISA or your pension. When you keep money here, you aren't just saving £100. You are buying an income stream for your future self. At a 7% return, that £100 you kept today could be worth over £760 by the time you retire. You aren't saving, you're buying your freedom at a massive discount. The third pillar is the debt destroyer, If you have a credit card balance of £2,400 charging you 20% interest, keeping money means keeping it out of the bank's pockets. Every £10 extra you pay off is £2 of interest you get to keep for yourself next year. Now here's the most important part, and the part most people get wrong. You cannot treat savings like leftovers. I used to be the person who said, I'll save whatever is left on the 30th. And every single 30th, I'd look at my banking app and see £3.17 staring back at me. I'd spent the rest on stuff I couldn't even remember buying. So I automated it. The moment my salary hit my account, £250 was instantly moved into a separate account, before I had time to spend it, justify it, or even think about it. That's your keep target. Once that money is gone, the rest of your balance is yours. Now, a quick word of warning. You still have to pay your bills. The spend bucket is actually divided into your needs and your guilt-free spending. I always make sure my rent, council tax and utilities, which usually come to about £1,100, are covered. But once the keep bucket is full and the bills are paid, the leftover £300.20 is mine to blow on whatever I want. No spreadsheets, no guilt, no highlighting coffee receipts like they're evidence in a trial. And if this idea is clicking for you so far, hit like so more people can find it. This system also holds up in real life, not just neat, perfect months. I've used this approach during tighter months, unpredictable months, and better paid ones. And instead of breaking when things got messy, it flexed. I remember one month when a friend's wedding cost me £650 between the hotel, the gift, and the suit. In the past, that would have ruined me. But because I was keeping money every month, I just adjusted my keep goal for that 1 month to £50, used my peace of mind fund for the rest, and stayed on track. No guilt, no panic. I remember when my washing machine died and I had to replace it for £480. In the old days, that would have sent me into a spiral of cutting and deprivation for 3 months to make up for it. But because I'd prioritized keeping money, that expense was just a withdrawal from Pillar 1. It was a minor inconvenience, not a full-blown crisis, and that's when I realized something important. The real power of this system isn't just financial, it's emotional. Before, money decisions felt heavy. Every purchase came with guilt. Every unexpected bill felt like proof I was failing. After switching to this approach, that anxiety started to fade. I felt calmer, more grounded. I'll never forget the first time I checked my savings account after 6 months of doing this. I hadn't been checking it daily because it was all automated. When I saw that I'd kept over £3,000, I actually had to do the math twice. I hadn't felt like I was suffering for that money. I'd still gone out for dinner. I'd still bought books. I'd still lived my life. It felt like I'd found a cheat code for my finances. This is where compounding really shows up. We underestimate small amounts. £20 here, £30 there. But with time, consistency and interest, those amounts stack. Every £10 you keep is a seed, and those seeds grow into options. Options to retire earlier, buy a home, take time off, or simply have the freedom to walk away from a situation that no longer serves you. That's the difference between working for money forever and eventually having money work for you. And here's what surprised me most. Once I committed to keeping money first, my spending behavior changed naturally. I didn't force it. I didn't restrict myself. I just became more intentional. Budgeting used to make me feel small and constrained. This made me feel calm and in control. I stopped obsessing over £5 impulse purchases because the big picture was already handled. I knew my future was being paid for quietly, in the background, every single month. Over time, this stopped being something I did and started being who I was. Someone who keeps money first. Someone who builds before they consume. Someone who doesn't panic when life happens. So here's what I want you to try. This month, choose a number. Start small if you need to. Even £50 is enough. Set it to move automatically the moment you get paid. If you get a pay rise, half of that increase goes straight into the keep bucket before you ever get used to seeing it in your current account. This prevents your lifestyle from expanding faster than your wealth. You're not bad with money. You were just using a system that worked against you. Commit to the principle of keeping first, not cutting back. Let me know in the comments what your keep goal is for this month. Is it £100? Is it £500? Whatever it is, write it down below to make it real. And if you want more ways to build real financial freedom without burning yourself out, make sure you're subscribed.